Alright, welcome back to Dark Souls 2. Today we're actually going to do something interesting for once. Wait,
by
shit.
breaking your hand against the wall?
Yeah, well, I forgot about that. That was something that I was going to go and do to sync up audio later. We're just going to sit here. Everyone watching this, you can deal with it. I really don't care. That's going to be a running theme in this LP, by the way.
I don't care?
Yeah.
Well, that actually made me think, by punching your hand against the wall and potentially breaking it, like, I could see a future Souls game having durability for your fists. Just as, like, an extra, like, just the one more fuck you.
Oh, by the way, this is next-gen shit right here. Check out this lighting.
Oh, what?
There's like some Doom 3 engine shit.
This is what I paid $20 to see.
Is what I paid $10 to watch.
And this is another big change. I'm pretty sure this thing takes longer. It could just be me getting really impatient because it sucks, but...
It's always taken a while.
Yeah, but it seemed like it took longer that time. It probably is just me.
Oh, I recognize this.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, new feature, Pool of Blood. Basically, if you've got...
Yep.
Basically, yeah, if you see a bunch of bloodstains right next to each other, it'll load them all and play them all. And
oh, that's hilarious.
People don't do too well with, some guy just walks off the edge. These other two dudes,
He's like, do I drown or do I get torn apart by the guys who tore apart the other 5 guys?
Yeah.
What are these guys doing? Is this like Lemmings or something?
I think so.
Oh my god!
Yeah, by the way, this is a new enemy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy wasn't there in the playthrough I watched.
He wasn't. He's new.
Yeah,
and
he's new.
Yeah, his AI is actually a lot better than the last one that I fought. Sort of. At least it's not as easy to cheese.
Has he noticed you?
Not yet. I was trying to go and clear everyone out. Before doing that. Getting hit by that fucking combo again, I swear. And I thought I got everyone, but this asshole just sort of appeared out of nowhere. So this... I was
I'm
a little
surprised
bit
you didn't run
freaking
and
out.
touch the bonfire for, you know, safety's sake as a backup plan.
Fuck
Nah,
that.
he's too cool for school. God damn.
Yeah, wow, they're not fucking... Is there, like, a way to disable this mode? So, like, there aren't, like, you know, Cyclops hippos who will kill you in 2 hits in the first fucking area?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, check out this tracking, by the way. He just sits on his ass and rotates towards me.
Maybe he's training to be a B-boy. I hear that's a B-boy move these days.
So just to clarify, they have updated the game so that this guy is now there in hard mode and not.
Yes.
Ah.
You can
Because
mostly
they didn't
avoid
hate
him
you
for
enough.
the most part, but he's more supposed to be something that you can avoid, and again, I'm killing him just out of spite here, even though it takes forever. For most of this fight, I'm actually trying to get him into that loop of doing his little sitting attack, but he doesn't fucking do it, he just spins around.
He's too smart for you.
He'll do it every other attack, and there is one point where I get him to do it twice, but yeah, he's just smarter all around than the other guy. Also, yeah, I'm blaming low agility there.
Yeah, that is one bizarre thing about Dark Souls 2 that can be kind of off-putting, is that even if you're rolling and you don't have the invincibility frames, you'll get hit and take the damage, but it won't stagger you, so it's kind of confusing as to whether or not you actually get hit.
Yeah, there actually is one bullshit moment so far. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, he does the sitting attack here twice. I don't know how the fuck I triggered it, otherwise I would have done it, but I don't know. It's just a dick move.
So, welcome to the Forest of Fallen Giants.
Yep.
Enjoy your stay.
More like the Forest of Sitting Giants, really.
So this part hasn't changed too much. This guy still struggles on that rock. Every single playthrough I've had, that dude just trips him up. He can't figure it out. And go draw this dude back so the arrow guy can't hit me. In theory.
Yeah, another interesting thing they added in Dark Souls 2 is that enemies actually track their projectiles in the direction you're moving. In Dark Souls 1, if enemies shot arrows at you, all you had to do was just move in any direction, and they would never hit you.
Yeah, in this one though it's nice because once they fire you can just dodge to the left or right, and it'll miss. Sometimes. Occasionally you'll have stuff curved towards you, and it's bullshit, but for the most part you can do that.
And I was wondering...
Yeah, I almost forgot about the bonfire. Half the time I don't remember.
Yeah, so...
Those who don't know, the bonfires are the checkpoints and the recovery areas of the Dark Souls games. You can light them, and that will allow you to return there from the bonfire back in Majula at any point in time. You can also sit down, which will totally restore your everything, but it will bring the enemies back.
Yep. And the feature where you go back there when you die, or you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so my first time playing Dark Souls 2, I didn't find that bonfire. Every time I died, I went all the way back to Majula with that slow fucking gate too. It sucked. And
you missed the Emerald Herald.
Yeah, and I missed the Emerald Herald, and the icing on the cake was, again, I was really sleep deprived at the time because I was so hyped for the game. I picked Warrior, which starts with the Broken Straight Sword, and I thought it was like Dark Souls. Oh shit, you can make that jump?
Yeah, I tried. I was like so hyped. I was like, yeah, this is gonna fucking hit. And no, it didn't happen.
And what's the reward? Nothing too great.
They're actually pretty good early game items.
Throwing knife. Gotta show off the new threads, or the old threads, as it were.
Gotta show off my new puffer jacket.
It's the most Herbert armor there. I do end up buying the proper infantry armor later on. But
yeah, back in the British
Roman
Royal
style stuff that everyone's been wearing so far. Like all the ghosts have been wearing.
Yeah. Also, this guy's new.
Oh, hello.
He actually will punch you off. You can't kill him before he actually knocks you off the ladder, but I am glad they removed the enemies here because they were such a pain in the ass to fight. Every attack.
Yeah, there used to be like 3 hollows up there, and like it was on a staircase, so if you didn't have a thrusting weapon, it was actually really hard to hit them.
Yeah, and this dude had a bow. He just throws fire bombs now, and doesn't die.
Later.
We'll get to him later.
He's like, that was rude.
What's his deal? I was just hanging out up here.
What the fuck, man?
I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind when he gets back down here.
So there's a proper short sword, not the broken piece of shit the warrior starts with.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing, because in Dark Souls 1, you start with a broken straight sword, and it's not a real weapon, right? It's just like a placeholder, pretty much. So I kind of assumed the same thing for Dark Souls 2, not knowing the broken straight sword was, like, a usable weapon. And then I broke it, but I didn't notice this, so, like, it was literally doing, like, 3 damage a swing. And I had to run from Majula all the way to the second bonfire in here, with no Estus Flasks.
Hardcore.
Oh.
Yeah, one big difference in this area is now there's a shitload of hollow soldiers here.
Yeah, when I watched it, it was like 4. Now there's got to be 8 in here.
Yeah, the difference is they just sit on the ground until you get close to them, but if you accidentally do what I did and start rolling around, suddenly there's a million people all trying to kill you. And you can't go and overcommit with your attacks, otherwise your weapon breaks. So this entire time you see me backing up, trying to get to an area where, alright, there's no bodies here. So
Where's
I am...
the big guy at the tree?
They moved him. He's not in the Forest of the Fallen Giants anymore.
Huh.
Was his stuff too good for that point?
Yeah. It's in one of the videos when I was looking at Scholar of the First Sin. It's they show where the Hide Knights are, and it's I'm scared. I'm scared to go in that area.
That's a sign that they've done the design right, I suppose.
Yeah. So that's the area they were showing off the most.
Oh, well, that's going to be new to me, because I really don't know anything about Scholar for Sin, so I'll be half blind.
Yeah, that area's been mildly spoiled for me, but I haven't actually gone in there yet.
Happy birthday! Oh, you stabbed me in the face.
That dick with the axe. I had like such a good attack lined up there. He just jumps and hits.
And of course, their weapons, they never lose durability.
Nope.
Well, it's not like they live long enough for their weapons to break.
Well, sure, but they're hitting them on the walls like 15 times.
They might actually have broken weapons considering the damage that they do. Also, this guy's new. I think he's specifically there to trip people up who just go and hit this bookcase with the bolts behind it.
Sword's looking a little rough there.
Yeah, we're almost to the next bonfire though.
Oh yeah, did we actually point out where the durability meter is?
It's directly under the weapon, and it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
At least in the video.
It doesn't matter until you get a message saying, hey, your weapon's broken, or hey, your weapon's about to break. So.
Your weapon's broken. You have no other weapons. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, this is going to be a long-running theme of me accidentally using the wrong item.
Ah, that's fine. Consumables are there to be consumed.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those players who just stockpiles everything thinking you're going to need it for the final boss. And then realizing after the fact that if you'd actually just used your fucking consumables, like half the bosses you fought would have been way easier.
I understand that using the wrong item is also a Dark Souls tradition. Similar to like panic eating your gun in Nuclear Throne.
I love that that's even a mechanic that you can eat guns.
Only for the one guy, but since every other person's mechanic does not eat your gun, it turns out to be a real problem sometimes.
So this is different too. In the test run, this guy actually came out running as soon as I climbed the ladder. He sort of delayed at that time.
He could not wait to get into it.
Oh no, there's some strange AI patterns in this update.
Yeah, I believe.
This is the first proper bonfire. That's the hag merchant in the corner. We're actually going to listen to what she says because I don't hate them like Salden.
Oh, come now, help an old woman and buy something.
Also because she helps you instead of just sitting in a hut and laughing at you.
Yeah. So yeah, she has a couple weapons. She has this important key which opens up the blacksmith. Lets you upgrade weapons. And she also sells a firebomb, which you'll see if you've never seen Dark Souls before. Or Dark Souls 2, rather.
I predict that firebomb is going to see some really good use in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. So up
I think
here,
I know where.
this takes a while.
And at risk.
This is why I was punching the wall earlier. So they put a crystal lizard in here now for some reason. They
So,
actually-
Oh.
Yeah.
so
it's-
actually, I'm curious, if you were to use like your broadsword to break down the door, would that have tripped the crystal lizard early, and then like you wouldn't be able to get it?
No. I don't know why I used the fist, honestly.
So why did you... So, could you open that door, or did you have to break it down?
You can open it, but only after you beat the last giant, which is supposed to be the first boss. One difference, though, is this place doesn't actually give you an Estus shard anymore.
Oh.
You can't get more Estus from here. They put it somewhere else. Also, yeah, this asshole's hiding behind the door now rather than right next to it. So this is
Dark Souls.
yeah, I'm pretty sure this is normally the chest that gives you it, but it just gives you the soapstone.
So sounds good.
Except you're in the wrong Covenant for it.
I actually think you can be summoned if you're in the Covenant of Champions. You just can't summon people.
Okay.
I'm good at this game.
Pro play.
So I'm
now
actually
we're-
curious. Why did you choose to switch to the hand axe?
It's slightly stronger.
It also makes him look even more like a deranged lumberjack.
Yeah. So it can actually kill most of these guys in 2 hits. That's the Hollow Infantry Helm. It's another crappy version of the normal Infantry Helm, which we get later.
More stuff to sell.
Yeah, it's really pretty much only there if you picked Deprived at first, and you need every piece of equipment you can possibly find.
You wouldn't even want to put it on then. Just go naked.
I don't know. Something is better than nothing.
Kill an NPC. Kill Pate.
Oh,
I don't know. Paint is kind of hard.
paint's also cool.
I guess I probably am going to end up having to murder him, though, because I want his spear. And I can't actually summon him for the last giant fight to get that.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Whoops.
So yeah, they've actually got, you can see it up in the distance there, they actually have some armored assholes. They also have, like, these 2 completely oblivious enemies. They're just wandering around, oh, this dude's getting
Dude, you
cleaved with
just-
an axe.
Dude,
Whatever.
you just axed 2 dudes with PTSD square in the back of the face. You're a goddamn monster.
Well, he is the British trench officer, so...
They're just wandering around wondering what the fuck happened to all their buddies and why are they alive now instead of dead, and then you just come up and put an axe in their head.
Yeah, so this guy, first time I played, this attack caught me off guard. He pretty much just squashed me under his,
What's
like,
up?
oh...
I'm gonna fall over on your ass.
I knew it was coming too. That's the thing. I knew it was coming, but I wasn't expecting it to happen so quickly.
That's just amazing. You want the backstab?
You actually can't backstab these guys either.
No, but if it's your first time, you'll try to go for it since it's worked on other people, and then they just fall over and crush your ass.
Yeah, and you get the foot soldier shield here, and it's lame. It's a terrible shield.
I think the item description even says, like, this thing's a piece of crap, don't use it.
It really does.
He's just like, what? Did something tickle me? Oh, hey.
Yeah, and like this guy, I can go and hit him in the back, and he doesn't fall over. Why not the other dude?
Because the other dude saw you coming, and he's like, oh, this is gonna be so good.
Yeah, so these guys are pretty easy, thankfully.
They
In
do
theory.
quite a bit of damage, though.
They do. Most of the time they do this downward smash, which sort of slows you down. But for the most part, like, both the attacks that it uses when you're actually in front of it are really easy to dodge.
I mean, I think that enemy's there kind of just to put fear into new players because, you know, they're immune to backstabs, which you've probably been relying on up until this point. They are probably the first enemy you'll run into with poise. And, what's the other hitch I was thinking of? I don't know, but yeah, they have poise and you can't backstab them. And, oh yeah, and if you try to roll through them, your rolls probably have crap invincibility because it's so easy early in the game. So they're really there to teach you how to play for real.
But that all falls apart when you have the stupid water troll in the first area of the game with enemies. 'Cause that's tougher, it's got more poise, it will kill you regardless of how you dodge if you
Guys,
don't know what you're doing.
what's poise?
Poise
Oh.
is basically you can take an attack without flinching. You'll see it a couple
Right.
times where I'll take a dagger and I'll still keep on swinging, or I'll be able to move around. That's poise.
Alright.
A poise break is when they stagger you, essentially.
Right, so a lot of armor has 0 poise on it, and if your poise total 0, anytime you get hit, you'll kind of go into a hit stun animation. And say you have 50 poise, and like someone's weapon does 30 poise damage, they hit you twice, and then you get staggered.
Yeah. And
If you play any fighting games, it is analogous to super armor.
And that resets every time you get into the stagger?
Yeah, one big change that is pretty important is that they added a lot of poise to... Oh, there's that guy. He's wandering off. I don't know what he's doing.
He just heard that Tim and Joe on the Valley Patrol got axed in the head by some crazy murderer, and he's going to go check it out.
Meanwhile, it's like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
the sergeant on duty isn't so good at his job.
Oh, speaking of using the wrong item, I meant to use a throwing knife there.
So you decided to use some, just for good measure.
Yeah, it was just like, fuck this. Also, that's an example. You see how he went and shot an arrow into the ground there? The whole enemy's tracking you with ranged movements there. Actually, it sort of breaks when you're going upstairs because they think that you're actually going horizontal forward. So they'll just go and hit the ground.
Toss.
That was. I'm pretty sure they've gotten better at actually hitting. Because I know in the original version of this game, you could just walk around and not have to worry about it at all. I forget what I'm looking for here. Oh, yeah. I was considering going and upgrading my axe, but I'll do that later. Check it out.
Oh, this guy's new too.
He is. I don't get what triggers that guy.
Yeah, because normally the guys who are sleeping, you have to like walk within a certain proximity of them for them to wake up, but you were just right up on his grill.
Yeah, and he does get activated. I just don't know what the heck triggered it, and it fucks me over later.
Another piece of the hollow set.
Yep. So anyways,
Well, keep it.
yeah, we were talking about poise earlier. One big change was for a lot of the heavy weapons like ultra great swords, which you're not going to see any of those yet. But one big change is when you do a heavy attack, it actually gives you a lot more poise. So even I think it was a PvP change, because even if you've got the stone ring on, which the stone ring's entire purpose is to go and do more poise damage. Even with that on, you'll actually have attacks that'll go through even though you're hitting them with a rapier or something.
Oh god, it's that lunatic who killed everyone in the valley.
Oh, he got me too.
You know, between these guys, like not really paying attention to much of anything, and then the one guy kind of lobbing firebombs, I feel like this is like the Hollow Soldiers reserves, and they're just like practicing for the softball game next weekend.
Yeah,
and you
they
just come storming in with an axe.
That was a
There's just
perfect demonstration of poise. You got shot in the side with an arrow, you did not give a fuck.
Yeah, and one possible example that you might see in the future hasn't happened yet, but if you get shot in the head with an arrow, you just go reeling. Also, this guy's new. You can actually see him if you're going up. I was hoping to knock him off there, but fortunately he stumbled forward. But that guy will go and shoot you if you go and talk to Kale here.
Oh, yeah, what? That's not even bad enough to be called a dick move, it's just mildly annoying.
Yeah, it's just there like, hey, you weren't paying attention, dickweed.
I think in the business that's what they call a gotcha.
Yeah.
Why cartography, you ask? Well,
Maps are
good
cool.
question. When I first came to this forsaken land,
This guy always creeped me out. The first time I played, I thought there was something kind of off about him, like he would be the NPC who betrays you eventually or something. So I ended up murdering him for no effect.
Well, that's good.
embarrassing.
Murdering him for what he gives is probably the best thing to do.
Actually, that is true. It does speed up a different quest line that comes a lot later, fairly considerably.
I came to this
Alright, so
land
about this
some
point, I'm
time
getting
ago.
really bored with this.
The lost kingdom.
I start
British
noticing.
officer running around in a circle, jowls flapping like a bulldog out of a car window.
Yeah. And it's about this time that I realize that there's this weird glow around my character when he's here. And the entire time you're gonna see me just moving around the camera trying to get the axe to do its weird
Like none I'd ever seen.
motion blur thing. It's like, oh yeah, that's really cool.
A map of Draenor.
Look at that blur. This is some next gen shit.
I I wonder what Kale is thinking of this guy he's talking to, who was like running around and standing far too close to his head, and it's like rapidly rotating in place for about a minute on end.
I don't seem to recall.
Just doing pirouettes with a deadly weapon.
You know those times when you're talking with someone and like they really don't like you, but you don't want to go and call them out for it, and you just keep on talking?
Yeah, that's every conversation I have.
It's kind of like that, only this is the other guy.
What a joy to meet
Huzzah.
a kindred spirit out here.
I would note that while Kale here is a cartographer, I don't think you ever get a map or a mini map.
You do get a map. It's that big area where he goes and hangs out in Modula.
I mean, like
I would not
on your HUD or available for you to use.
Oh, come on, a minimap in Dark Souls, that goes against everything Dark Souls stands for.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I've never played this game.
Anything that makes your life more convenient is not happening.
Yeah.
Anything that would have made it so that Imesto didn't have to go without a bonfire and the Emerald Herald has to be taken out of the game.
Okay, I think it's done. Thank God.
Let's go find that rock. I do love that, by the way. If you're running in here, you run for the thing, and then you get smashed Wile E. Coyote style.
Yeah. It actually does give you a split second of warning. Like if you hear the sounds. I think the first time I saw it, I was like, "What the heck is that?" Oh.
That was the other thing that made me thought Kale was dangerous, because like I figured he pushed that boulder down to kill that hollow, like some kind of sneaky conniving bastard. Like, okay, when's he gonna turn around and kill me?
Yeah. I don't think I killed any NPCs in my first playthrough. I was just like, they might have story.
I'm not really the NPC killing type, I gotta say.
I might be killing a couple just for their stuff here. Like, I am gonna end up killing Pate. Also, yeah, I was looking around for the other archer then, and he found me first.
Continuing to not give a fuck when he gets shot in the friggin' shoulder.
Yeah, normally they have an archer over, I'm gonna go and pan to it. Over on the left there, on that little strip of land. They have the archer there. I don't know why he came up to attack or how he died, but yeah, there's another archer up on this rampart here. He's a dick. Another dick move is this asshole.
I don't see anybody.
I know what he's talking about.
This guy.
Oh, I don't know what he's talking about. That guy's new.
Yeah, and the thing is, see all these explosive barrels here? Yeah. If I did not roll and break the barrel that was right next to me, I would have gotten creamed.
Oh wow, that I applaud From Software on that one.
That's pretty fucking spectacular.
Also, items. I
That's
really don't
a
care
wild-
about it.
Right? I wonder what this is. Yep.
Yeah, this is the shortcut. This is why we bought the firebomb.
The speedrunner trick actually is if you line it up right, you can throw the firebomb on the other side of the wall, and the area damage, splash damage, will catch the barrels.
Yeah, but that's kind of boring. That's kind of a lame way to go about it. Plus, I want to show off the game, so. Anyways, this key we bought from the hag goes and opens up this. We already have a short bow that dropped from someone, so I'm gonna pick it up anyways, but that's what's in the chest. When I get there. Eventually.
Yeah, we need to sit down at the bonfire so Linegrass will actually go into his house.
Yep. He's pretty lazy. Like, there's a theory going on that when you rest at a bonfire, just thousands of years pass. That's how long it fucking took him to actually go and sit down and start doing something useful.
Another useless traveler.
So this is the rude blacksmith.
Yeah, look at this. He's just like smacking me in the face with this thing.
Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds.
All
And
the
just slapping you with his tongs, not caring if they're hot or not, because he knows you're undead and you're not actually going to get hurt.
Yeah, and he's insulting me while he's doing it.
Let me have a look.
Well, he does it because he cares. The man's a father, and like he kind of treats you like a child. He's a little patronizing. He's got your best interest at heart.
I also observed that everyone in this entire world is British as fuck.
Yep, they hire a lot of British voice actors.
So I guess it makes sense that you're playing a colonel from the Great War.
Yeah, and right here I'm considering like, oh yeah, I'll have enough Titanite shards to whenever I get a weapon that I really want to keep. Or more accurately, I'm gonna have the thread be voting on whatever weapon I use.
I'll be around.
Oh, I was gonna ask you like what kind of build you're gonna go for.
I don't know. It's probably gonna end up being quality, which is just when we get to leveling up, we're gonna do that soon. I think we already did. Once,
Why are there
but it was-
pools of blood in the blacksmith's house?
Why do you think
Pigs.
there's pools of blood in the black?
I wonder. Could it be
Well,
because he's a fucking baller and some people decided to try to attack him?
It was rude. It's calling them useless.
That's a very large book.
It's also a very bloomy book. I get the feeling that some places here they're like, yeah, DirectX 10, just ramp up all the lights to infinity.
Oh, this. I observe more blood.
And so
Now,
here's
I
some
know
of-
why that blood is there. There's a very specific reason.
Yeah, but and that reason hasn't changed. It's. I just wonder how the heck they got all the way back up here. This makes more sense.
Oh come on, how do people still die to this skeleton? It's not hard.
It's a skeleton.
Well,
Also,
if you-
you're ignoring the fact that eventually there get to be like 10 skeletons down here.
Oh yeah, I forgot. People use the bonfire aesthetic to spawn more.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess they want this thing.
But that shouldn't reset, should it? Because it's a metal chest.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know. People are just bad.
There's a reason, and we're not hardcore enough to know it.
Yeah, so that was a soul vessel. That basically lets us go and redo our stats. We can basically go back to the night starting stats, which is nice because maybe if everyone goes, hey, go and use a dex weapon, they can go and switch over to a strength weapon later.
Or the thread votes that you're not allowed to use weapons at all.
Fuck that.
There are some qualifications that he will not allow. Just because they would be so much no fun to play.
Yeah. And you know, if I do end up getting the ring that like lets you attack things with your bare fist for ridiculous damage, maybe I'll do a couple episodes doing that.
However,
Well, I was actually just thinking more along the lines of doing all spells, which in Dark Souls 2 actually isn't too hard.
That's actually the easy mode.
Yeah.
So here's the level up screen. I was talking about quality before. You've got strength and you've got dex, which are your two basic damage stats. What I'm leveling up right now is ADP, which makes my roll better. But quality is just saying, okay, level up strength and dex, because weapons get damage scaling based on your stats. And some of them scale based on both of them. So if you're not doing anything really particularly fancy with magic or faith or anything like that, you can generally go for a quality build. So, also, by the way, this is the end of the second episode. In the third episode, we're going to go and destroy both of these bosses. You're
Or
kind of
get
looking.
destroyed?
Hell no, these bosses are chumps.